the border of Libya, and news, it says, comes to him from the east and from the north that trouble him. And so he brings his troops back. The river Euphrates will be dried up to prepare the way for the kings of the east. There will be this big final conflict. They will meet in the valley of Megiddo, and this is where the final battle of Armageddon will be fought. The Western powers under the Antichrist, the European powers fighting against the powers from the east. And so with that as a background, I'm just going to start reading some passages of scriptures to you. This is Daniel, beginning with chapter 11, verse 36, talking of the Antichrist. And the king, the Antichrist, shall do according to his will. He will exalt himself and magnify himself above every god, and shall speak blasphemous things against the God of gods, and shall prosper till the indignation, which is the great tribulation, is accomplished. For that which is determined shall be done, and neither shall he regard the God of his fathers, nor the desire of women, which might indicate that he is a Jew and that he is a homosexual, nor regard any god, for he shall magnify himself above all. But in his estate shall he honor the God of forces, a God whom his father knew not, shall he honor with gold and silver and precious stones and pleasant things. Thus shall he do in the most strongholds with a strange God, whom he shall acknowledge and increase with glory, and he will cause them who rule over many, and shall divide the land for gain. And at the same time of the end shall the king of the south push at him, and the king of the north shall come against him like a whirlwind with chariots, or you might say tanks, and horsemen, and with many ships. He shall enter into the countries and shall overflow and pass over. He shall enter also into the glorious land, the land of Israel. Many countries shall be overthrown, but these shall escape out of his hand: Edom, Moab, and the children of Ammon, which would be Jordan. And he shall stretch forth his hand also upon the countries. The land of Egypt shall not escape, but he shall have power over the treasures of gold and silver, and over all of the precious things of Egypt, and the Libyans and the Ethiopians shall be at his steps. But then tidings out of the east and out of the north shall trouble him. Therefore he shall go with great fury to destroy and utterly make away many, and he shall plant the tabernacles of his palace between the seas in the glorious holy mountain, or there at Jerusalem. And yet he shall come to his end, and none shall help him. Back in Revelation 13:4, we read, And they that worshipped the dragon, or Satan, which gave power unto the beast, and they worshipped the beast, the Antichrist, saying, Who is like unto the beast? Who is able to make war with him? He'll have such power and such might that people will just say, who in the world could make war with this powerful force? Paul tells us in 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 concerning this Antichrist who is going to be coming on the scene as soon as the church is raptured. And now you know what is holding him back, that he might be revealed in his time. For the mystery of iniquity is already at work. Only he who now hinders will hinder until he is taken out of the way. And then shall that wicked one be revealed, whom the Lord will consume with the spirit of his mouth and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. So he's talking now about the Antichrist, his tremendous power, people standing in awe of the power, saying, who in the world can, stand against the powers that he is wielding? But he is not yet revealed and cannot be revealed until that which hinders is moved out of the way. What is hindering the Antichrist from taking over today? I do believe that we are in that place in history where I believe that he's probably alive on the earth today. I believe that the forces and the powers are being gathered together. I believe that there is that wanting to take over. And of course, I think that the whole world is moving in that direction right now. The one world type of government, one world economy. I do not think that what is happening to our economy is just an accident. I think that it is a deliberate plan to destroy our economy, to force us into a world economy. And I think that we're seeing these things at work, but he can't take over as long as the church is here. That which hinders shall hinder. And what is the hindering force holding back the powers of darkness from taking over the world today? It is the Spirit of God within the church. That's the thing that is holding back the powers of darkness from taking over. And the Lord will soon remove his church in what we call the rapture. And when that happens, immediately these forces will take over, and this final scenario will be enacted before us, or before, not us, but before the world. Hopefully not you. But I don't want to be here to see this thing. Even him, talking of the Antichrist, whose coming is after the working of Satan, with all power and signs and lying wonders, with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they received not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. Joel writes about it. He said, assemble yourselves, and come, all ye heathen, gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord. Let the heathen be wakened, and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat. For there will I sit to judge all of the heathen round about. Put in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come, get you down, for the press is full, the vats overflow, for their wickedness is great. Multitudes, multitudes in the valley of decision, for the day of the Lord is near in the valley of decision. In Matthew 24, Jesus, talking about the signs of his coming and the end of the age, said, watch ye therefore, for you know not what hour your Lord does come. But know this, if the good man of the house had known in what watch the thief was coming, he would have watched, would not have allowed his house to be broken up. Watch ye therefore, for you know neither the day nor the hour wherein the Son of Man cometh. Verse 15 in our text, behold, I come as a thief. Blessed is he who is watching and keeps his garments, lest they walk naked and they see his shame. So Jesus is speaking about his coming as a thief. If the good man of the house had known when the thief was coming, he would not have allowed his house to be broken through. In 1 Thessalonians 5:2, for you know perfectly that the day of the Lord so comes as a thief in the night. For when they shall say peace and safety,